we go. Fast vs. Crossroads, or if you can even call it racing game, like there's only like one racing section. So I just want to talk about why it's the worst racing game of the year. So I try to stream, but something's been going on with the computer that I was using, and as you can see, and now it's a score of 36. Oh, why is it not moving? Alright, some was laggy. Kind of laggy right now. So you can see, like, this dude, he gave it 80 for some reason. That's why I mostly love Fast vs. Crossroads. I do think there's something questionable about being a full-price release. Do think the engaging multiplayer content. How's it engaging? There's only like few people. Which, will likely dawn divine thanks to that. But what's here to some sumptuous feast for franchise fans and adrenaline junkies alike. More enough whet your appetite for Professor's Nile, like this game. And then the user score is 2.7, that's good. And there's 36. And so IGN, so you probably know that IGN is very, very scummy. But this dude, Luke, I think his name is, he gave it a 40. So it's basically the same as a 30 for most outlets. Yeah, so it's basically the same thing. So it's kind of like a 30 who's giving it. So yes, this game is probably the worst racing game of 2012. Fast vs. Crossroads is the worst racing game of 2020 for so many reasons. One is that, first, you probably know this, but the game looks like a last-gen game. As a last-gen, I mean like the PlayStation 3 era of, like, games. Yeah, this is seriously, it has plenty of low-res textures, the curved models are very plasticky and outdated, and just all that stuff. And you probably know about the graphics. Now the voice acting is, I don't say, oh, yeah, but they get the real actors and stuff. Yeah, but the whole point is that the voice acting is bad. I don't care if they got the real actors, it still does mean that the voice acting is very poor and pretty bad. All the lines like they sound like all the voice actors just record their lines on the toilet with their phone. Yeah, like Vin Diesel just sounds very depressed. He's like,
remember Rio? Use the container.
And then there's stuff like, here's where ones like what they sound like. There's this one race car way that sounds like 3, 2, 1, go! All that, and then just all of this. Okay. The voice acting is bad, I said. It's just bad. And then after I talk about voice acting and stuff, now let's talk about the gameplay. Oh my god. The gameplay, it seems very high octane and everything. But one, it's not what I think of from a Need for Speed competitor. And two, it's very brain dead, boring, and very basic. It's because it's just so basic. Like when you're whacking around this ball, whatever it is, the Eclipse device, apparently is what it's called. It literally, all what you're doing is you're just mashing the throttle button. That's all what you're doing. And then, yeah, the gameplay is very basic, and then the physics are very bad because it feels like you're on ice and then you're bouncing off walls like rubber. Just, I'm not kidding. It feels like you're just bouncing off walls like rubber. Alright, so all of that. So I talked about the maddening car handling, and now let's talk about like the game's campaign, which is really short. It's just under 4 hours. Not kidding. At least it's a little bit longer than Need for Speed Heat, but that game, there's still a lot of a lot of like races that I have to do after that to fully complete the game, which would take you a few more hours, I think. Yeah, but this game, it's just 4 hours. Then you have multiplayer, which don't know what to think of because there's like since players are just non-existent now. Yeah, and is there anything good about this game? Yeah, the car was just pretty good, I guess. Like, you have tuner influenced cars, like you have an E30, and you have like all these tuner cars. Like, you have the Supra. You have like Skylines. You have an S15 in there. Like, so many sick cars. They've even got the 720S in there. Oh, Need Speed Heat still doesn't have it. So that's probably the only good thing about this game. And the fact that and the gameplay, more about it, and then I'm gonna talk about like types of missions and stuff. So the missions and gameplay, so it's either action garbage, or stuff that you don't want in Fast and Furious game. It's basically just all the stuff that car nerds hate about Fast and Furious. And you've only got like one street race. One race. Like, that's just borderline false. It's not an Need Speed compare if you're gonna have only one street race. Okay? I think about Need Speed Payback, and they have like so many races. Like, all that. So, this game also, its soundtrack is fitting for a game, but in my opinion, it's just not that good. I think it actually makes Need Speed Heat soundtrack look great, in my opinion. So, Fast and Furious Crossroads had generally negative reviews. Like, most critics I saw earlier, like, it was like 40s, 30s, just all that. So, like, it got bad reviews, which is also a good thing, since gaming journalists can be idiots sometimes. So, I was just gonna say, do not buy Fast and Furious Crossroads. If you want the Fast and Furious Crossroads experience, buy Split Second, buy Spy Hunter, just buy those games. If you want Fast and Furious game experience, buy Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift for PS2. Since that game is way better in everything. Like, every aspect. And then, like, seriously, for $60, just save your money for Dirt 5. Save your money for Gran Turismo 7. Or unless you want to save 10 extra bucks. But there's so many better games they could buy out there that is worth $60. So it's this game. So, like, I've seen a whole bunch of videos, but I've taken notes now to, like, tell you that this game is basically just bad. It's bad. So there's all of the jokes about the graphics, which I laughed at so much. Like, all of those sum up what this game is, or like what the effort kind of went into. So Fast and Furious Crossroads is a bad game, period.